What's up, Prig Pals? In the previous installment, aided by lovely assistants just like this one, I introduced you to the first 5 of 10 words that you must learn, know, and use before you die. Those words were, in order, ben trovato, lapidary, formication, parrhesia, and Alphonse and Gaston. And I'll post a link to part 1 if you didn't manage to see it yet. Today, I'll give you the other 5, plus a bonus word, so be sure to stick around if you don't want to miss that one. Ryan Kelly here, your square esquire and lovable prig, giving all manner of writers, rewriters, and speakers tips and tidbits on the lexical tools of their trade, the better that they might be able to distinguish themselves as careful users of the language and take their communication skills from enough to effective. I release videos every Thursday, so make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you don't miss a chance to learn the best ways with words. With that said, let's get underway. The curtain rises on today's proceedings with the word Dramatus personae. Dramatus personae. I told myself I'd steer clear of any obscure Latinisms, but I found this one just too useful to ignore. It's a plural noun as evidenced by the ending ae, which one would also find in such Latin plurals as alumni, antennae, formulae, that literally means people of a drama. As defined in Webster's Third, it refers to the characters or actors in a drama, or in a novel or poem. I'm sure for my fellow English majors and avid readers out there, you don't have to venture very far to come up with examples. I know I don't. I just pick a play. I think one of the reasons, among many, that the Gabby Petito case holds such a fascination for so many is its cast of persons central to the story. Its dramatis personae. You have Brian Laundrie, Gabby Petito, whose life was sadly taken, Gabby's parents and step-parents, Brian's parents, the police officers in Utah who stopped them, fellow travelers who encountered either Gabby's van or Brian himself, and Dog the Bounty Hunter at this point. Of course, we don't want to trivialize these very serious matters, but as we encounter different forensic inflection points, it can be helpful to have a way to conceptualize those who are involved, whether we're discussing the Mueller investigation, the Edward Snowden disclosures, the murder of George Floyd, or Benghazi. Next, we'll try to have some fun with the word feudalism. I mean, fun is the first 3 letters of that word. Kinda. Etymologically, it belongs to the same family as perambulate, somnambulate, and... According to both Webster's and Oxford, it's a noun that simply refers to tightrope walking. You know, that thing you could never pay me enough to do. But similarly to our last word, funambulism has its own figurative application as well. I mean, think about it. In a time of intense political polarization where everyone, especially online, explodes at even the slightest, even the merely seeming provocation, doesn't it feel as though you kind of have to do a balancing act every single day? Forget about walking on eggshells, folks. You might as well literally envision yourself treading precariously over a bottomless pit, mindful of distributing your weight equally so as not to fall into the unfriendly, downright unmerciful maw of one side or the other. In short, every adult with the requisite savoir-faire is perforce a funambulist, practicing funambulism throughout their daily life, whether in matters of religion, politics, or ticklish business affairs. Our next word is yet another one that comes to us from the animal kingdom, and it is the adjective Struthonian, derived from the name of the genus of birds Struthio, which, for those of you who aren't ornithologists, which is precisely all of you, includes kiwis, ostriches, emus, and rheas. An Oxford English Dictionary exclusive, it means tending to hide one's head in the sand, like the ostrich, and so to ignore unwelcome facts. Now, just in the interest of full disclosure, I should mention that the word is considered jocular by the OED, and it's even been described as barbaric by one critic. Still, while it was coined in 1963 by the Hungarian-British journalist and author Arthur Koestler, in what many consider to be a useless addition to the language beside the already existing Struthius, I think all of you and I can agree that this word actually is quite useful to describe plenty of phenomena, from the contemptibly Struthonian cowardice of politicians who choose to turn a blind eye to injustice and malfeasance, to the Struthonian inclination of a student to procrastinate when she has a test to study for. Our penultimate word is the noun odor of sanctity. It comes to us from the medieval Latin odor sanctitatis, and originally referred, according to Webster's Third, to a fragrance held to proceed from the person, clothing, or domicile of a saint during life or after death. Later on, it came to have a second definition, the one in which it would chiefly be used today. an appearance of or reputation for goodness and righteousness. The OED helpfully adds that it's mainly used humorously or ironically. I don't think it's very difficult to intuit how this word might be used in today's climate. How many times have we seen a great fall from grace in recent years? The odor of sanctity that once clung about a congressperson, governor, or celebrity having long since left as shame and ignominy took over. One might note the odor of sanctity that dissipated from the name of Rabbi Zacharias once the late Christian apologist's serial abuses were revealed. Essentially, I'd much rather smell like the inside of my dog's mouth than to ever be associated with an odor of sanctity. Our final word is the noun kilkenny-cat. I know, me and my weird words, but hear me out. Have you ever wondered what a battle with no winners but only a body count would be called? A war where Thanatos is embraced and critical thought left to go hang? What would you call the participants? Enter kilkenny-cat and its implication, Kilkenny fight. An OED exclusive, kilkenny-cat originally referred to one of a fabled pair of felines who fought each other to their mutual destruction. Indeed, only their tails were left according to Irish lore. These days, kilkenny-cat carries the transferred sense of one of a pair of combatants who fight until they annihilate each other. And such a fight is known as a Kilkenny fight. Think of it as mutually assured destruction if mutually assured destruction weren't already a thing. So, for example, I could say that the United States being drawn into military conflict with China over Taiwan could result in a catastrophic Kilkenny fight. You guys got all that? Awesome! The truth is, I've been collecting strange, obscure, colorful words for about 12 years now, since I was a freshman in college, really. And in that time, I've come across so many remarkably specific ways of talking about the world and our place in it. And given the current zeitgeist, you could make the case that there's never been a better time to find new, illustrative ways to put complex concepts into words, rather than relying on the ready-made and routine. Hey, I get it. It can be nerve-wracking to depart from saying things the way they've always been said, doing things the way they've always been done. But we didn't find the courage to tear down the totems of our pasts, to destroy our clay-footed monuments to misery and suffering, to reject the filio-pietistic, where our forefathers, though long since dead, were dead wrong because we resigned ourselves to familiarity. We tried something different where difference was good, as in society, so in writing and speaking. If you liked what you saw, show your lovable prig some love and hit the like button. Leave a comment below if you're so inclined, and follow me on Twitter at my new Twitter account at lovableprig. Don't be shy, but be careful. And remember, propriety is always in.